Hey everybody, welcome to a very special one-shot here on Crit and Fumble. Tonight, I am actually not going to be your game master, and we are playing a very special game, but I will let our friend Sean, who is at the table, the head of the table, as our game master for the night. He's going to kick it off. Sean, welcome to the table.
Thank you very much. Very excited to be here. I decided that you guys were having a little too much fun after I heard the initial recording, so I decided to bring a little Nordic horror to the table.
Yeah.
Today,
What's her name?
Her
Mike.
Gareth.
She always has Werther's.
Just crunching them right into the mic.
They're the chewy ones.
Ooh. We're going to be playing Vaesen. It is published by Free League Publishing, uses their Year Zero system. It's got a lot of rules that we're all going to stumble our way through and try and make it work, but hopefully have a good, spooky time.
And beautiful art. That book is
Absolutely
crazy.
stunning. Yeah,
that's
that
good.
was fully why I initially picked it up.
Yeah.
Bought it for the art, stayed for the system.
Yeah, I have the PDF. The paperback does it way more justice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. And it was inspired. It has this weird cyclical story where the author of Vaesen found like a Swedish equivalent of the Monster Manual. They wrote a like mythology book based off of this Swedish Monster Manual, and then that mythology book got brought into Vaesen to be its own whole system.
Oh, cool.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's it's deep lore. Yeah, highly recommend.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't read the whole book. I've mostly flicked. I obviously went through the character creation stuff, but I flicked through a bunch of the art, and I was just like, oh my god, so good. And I checked out the artist. I wish I remembered his name. It's probably written there.
Yeah.
But I went to their site, and like their website art too, like some of the other things they've done is so good. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sort of like nice prints of the art within the book, and yeah, highly recommend it. So today, I figured we could start off with a little bit of a round table. Everyone's already made their characters, so we can get who's playing who. And then we could also talk about how your characters already know each other, so we can kind of create that at the same time.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So we'll be kind of doing that on the fly, I guess. I mean, Chelsea and I were, behind the scenes in Slack, DMing each other because we just had like this random idea. But I haven't figured out how my character knows Dwayne or Brittany's. So I guess we'll do that on Mike.
Yeah, I'll give a little bit of a background to the system and sort of how it's set up, and that'll give you a bit of an idea where we're coming from, and we can kind of go from there. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So Vaesen are sort of Norse or Swedish creatures of folklore and myth. They sort of roam the world, as it were, but invisible to most people. You are all a part of a organization called the Society, and each one of you has been gifted or cursed with the sight. This allows you to see these Vaesen and interact with them. Typically, they kind of operate outside of humanity and are sort of more in touch with the natural world. But the setting of this is in the late 1800s during the Industrial Revolution, where mankind is sort of pushing on the fringes of sort of the natural world, and there are conflicts with Vaesen beginning to arise. So the Society has taken it upon themselves to investigate and try and sort of stop these encroachments and find out the underlying cause of what's going on here. So you all know each other already, are part of this organization, and you all should have sort of some event in your background that has gifted you with this sight.
That's the trauma on our sheet,
That's
right?
the trauma on your
the
sheet.
trauma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Is there any questions on that before we get going? Clarification?
No, I don't think so.
All right, beautiful.
No, I'm good.
Gavin, let's start off with you.
Sure. So I will be playing, his name's Butcha, and he's the doctor. I guess I should go through my trauma. Do I talk about like my motivation and dark secret, or is that supposed to come unplayed?
The dark secret is you can keep that to yourself if you would like. This is sort of a one shot. Whether or not we riff it off onto something else, it's totally up to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I will share mine just so that like the listeners are kind of like, oh, that's how the system works, and like I'll freely share mine. Then you guys can keep yours kind of to yourself. So, yeah, he's the doctor. His motivation, actually, maybe I should talk about his trauma first. I'm reading down my list here, but I feel like the trauma leads into the motivation. So, Butcha, while he was a practicing doctor, would often acquire corpses in order to do different operations on, test his knowledge. Like these were essentially, I don't want to say disposable bodies, but already dead people, and I'm like I could do what I wanted with them. And he would do that to like become a very skilled and more knowledgeable doctor. And one patient specifically turned out to have a Vaesen inside it, like a parasite or like an infection of some kind, which he didn't even know what Vaesen were at the time, right? Like he's opened up a ton of corpses, never seen anything like this, and it extracted itself and became, like its own being and attacked everybody in the operating room, including him. Luckily, he was with someone, and that's Chelsea's character. I'll let her get into that. Dragged me out of the room before I could be killed and just barely survived, right? So that was like my traumatic experience where like now I have the sight. I see these Vaesen everywhere, but it also leads into my motivation and my dark secret. My motivation now is finding other potential hosts, infected people that I find like questionable, and extracting the Vaesen from them, because I'm like, these could be anywhere, attack anybody, right? Like luckily it was me in an operating system, not like a kid's like school hall or something like that, right? So that's his motivation. His dark secret, though, is that it's become a lot of an obsession for him, where like he will take almost any opportunity to crack open a questionable person that he thinks may or may not be a host, to the point that like he'll willingly drug someone, whatever he can do to just sort of like take that opportunity. And he spends all his time, money, what have you, on those connections, right? He'll bribe someone to like gain some information or dirt on someone, and then like bribe someone else to go drug that person their drink so that like now he can, whatever. Anyway, so that's Butcha. His main weapon is a meat cleaver, because I thought that was more fitting for his name, but also he's like, now that he's gone a little bit insane, the medical bone saw just was not efficient enough. Like putting a meat cleaver through someone's chest, what is that called? The
sternum.
Sternum, thank you. Is much more efficient for cracking someone open.
I love it when DMs make characters.
All right, go ahead, Chelsea.
Oh, it's our turn now.
I was swept away the whole time. Oh, what a monster!
It's just a monologue.
Sorry.
No, that's good.
It was great. Loved it.
So my character is Dana. She is the servant, and her motivation is to protect Butcha. So her trauma is
sweet.
also that she is one of two survivors of that same Vaesen attack. The rumors have sort of spread because she used to be like a funeral home director or a mortician, that she was there to pick up a body, but the reality is that she was burying them and then digging them straight back up to sell to doctors and make some quick cash. She kind of lies to herself that it's to better like medicine and stuff, but the reality is that she was trying to live like the good life. So yeah, she was there because the body that attacked was the one that she had just dropped off, and was on her way out when she overheard the attack. So she saved Butcha, and but acts out of a lot of guilt. So her motivation is to sort of protect him, and keep him sort of together a little bit. A lot of it out of guilt, kind of feeling like maybe she's the reason that his life's kind of wrecked. And then knows about his proclivities, and also just tries to keep him on course and kept up to date with dead bodies, so he's not opening the live ones as much as possible. So that's hers.
Perfect. Love it. No pressure, everybody.
Yeah, a little unfair, because Chelsea and I had been like chatting about this all week.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Dwayne. My guy's name is Chim. His last name is Chimney.
True.
Chim Chim Cherie. He's a hunter, He's about 35 years old. He's a hunter. He's actually a chimney sweep. And so I think this is kind of how he knows people around town, is that he goes around and just chimney, and he just like does his little thing and like cleans out. And unfortunately what happened was like he was cleaning his own chimney, right?
Wait,
What?
like his actual chimney.
It's debatable. What flew out of his chimney at that point in time?
I'd have trauma too. That's right.
Classic.
Well, that's when like an evil spirit came out of the chimney and it attacked his family, and now that evil spirit has to be taken care of. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, so I would imagine like he's now looking like in all the chimneys for all these Vaesen.
Yeah.
I would imagine, right?
Probably.
So yeah.
You said hunter is like, so is he like a hobby hunter and chimney sweeps as like his day job?
Maybe.
All right. Or he's like a Vaesen hunter. Like he's like a chimney sweep, but like now he's a hunter
That's
right.
of Vaesen. I like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
And like you never know where you're gonna find up on chimneys. Like you got to be ready.
100%.
Bear traps, like anything.
I mean, you got bird's eye view.
Fire.
Little deer for dinner.
The next poor chimney sweep in after Chim a couple years later is like, there's a bear trap in here.
No, Chim, we said venison, not Vaesen.
It was the Swedish accent.
He's got a crack shot at squirrels now, right? He's got a good view of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Love it.
Cool.
Brittany.
Hi, my name is Brittany, and I am playing a vagabond named, or she's named herself, Chelsea, or no, that's
It's canon. It's written down.
That's ridiculous.
I worked all week on this character.
I did it, and I looked at Chelsea. She took on the name of Sasha. Whether or not that is her name is to be questioned. Her trauma was that she was kidnapped when she was young, along with a lot of other young girls. And that trauma has led her to get amnesia. And her motivation, of course, is getting her memory back. And, but also the way she met the Vaesen was that her best friend that she gained through this experience, her body was corrupted by it, and she had to witness the after effects and then thus kill her to save herself.
Wow.
And I know, it's classic Brittany.
I like it. Yeah, it's the right system for it.
And she took on her best friend's name.
Oh, as like a
Memory,
memento
kind
almost?
of.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, she doesn't know hers, so she took on her best friend's.
I thought we were going to take like a Black Widow twist there. You're like, we were all kidnapped. And I was like, and then taken to a ballet school? Or?
Cool.
Yeah.
Super.
And I think the way the manner of which she knows, I think Butcha would be how Gavin mentioned that he'd paid and bribed for information. Her being like a street urchin vagabond would be the perfect way for her to slink around and get some intel and for a couple copper or two.
And I hear Chim's being cleaning out Butch's chimneys. So.
Yeah, that's totally how we know each other.
Yeah. For sure.
I have a quick question about relationships. So what Brittany was saying there, do I write essentially the same thing on my sheet, or do I write a relationship from my perspective?
Yeah, I think you can sort of build off of them.
Okay,
if you
all
would
right.
like. Yeah.
Sounds good. I'll leave it for now. I think that makes sense. Like, once I kind of went nutso and I'm paying anybody and everybody that'll give me info, I think that totally makes sense. That's great.
Super.
So then if you're like sort of this street urchin kind of kid, sorry, what was your age?
21.
21. Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Like a street urchin, I'd probably just bump into you. I'd probably seek you out and be like, "Oh, hey, like kid, you probably know some stuff." Not kid, you're 21, but I mean, he's 42, so I'm double the age.
It's 1800s.
Yeah.
Middle age. Has like 3 kids.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Yeah, cool. I like it.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then I guess how would I know? So we're gonna go around and do the relationships then. I guess obviously have mine with Dana.
Yeah.
So then Chim, I actually do like the simplicity of like he was my chimney sweep for the office.
If it works.
Yeah, the assignment came through and Jim was there.
Yeah.
Crematorium chimney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, I think the
yeah.
office, like that's what the chimney sweep was, the crematorium.
Yeah. Specializes in that thick soot.
I have no idea how to spell crematorium, so I'm just gonna guess. No.
E-R-E. Okay. Just put it beside your meat clever.
She's looking over my character sheet, and she's like, "Oh, you have a really smart meat clever." And I was like, "What?" And I looked at it, I was like, "Oh fuck, I spelled clever, not cleaver."
Very smart meat.
That's very smart. Crematorium chimney sweep. So Jim, that's how you and I know each other. Is like I had an office which has a crematorium to it, and you were the guy to call for the chimney sweep. Like
That's right.
literally the
Who else would you call?
You got to call Chim.
Yeah. Jim's the guy.
He's the guy.
Yep,
Chim from Chim Chimneys.
Yes. Chim Chimney's chimney.
Sweet.
Great. All right. So the way the system works is that you are all on a investigation, and so what you're trying to do is uncover the ritual of how to get rid of these Vaesen. You can fight them, and that means you can drive them off at times, but it's unlikely that you'll actually be able to kill them with just straight combat. So there needs to be a ritual, something to be performed to actually permanently solve the mystery, as it were. And usually there's something in the background that's causing the Vaesen to act up. So for this mystery, we're going to be starting on the lamb. We're going to be in motion already. You will have received a letter to the society asking for your assistance. This letter will have come from someone representing the Vancouver Island Coal Company.
Perfect.
Love it. They're asking for your assistance in dealing with a sort of uprising that has occurred at one of their mines up the Nimkish River by Alert Bay. The workers there have been complaining and are now striking, saying that there's something unnatural going on in the woods after their latest expansion. They have offered to fund the society for the next year.
Whoa.
If you are able to solve this quickly and discreetly. They have provided tickets on a steamliner to make your way up to Alert Bay, where they're hoping that you can then find your way up to the mine and look into what's going on and get their operations up and running. And so this is where we find everybody. Sitting on the steamliner, you've been in motion for a few days now. It takes a while to get up there this time. And what is everyone doing during this journey? Seagulls are squawking. It smells like creosote. You're getting close. You know that you're maybe an hour away from Alert Bay.
Well, Chim would be polishing his stack, like on the boat.
Yeah.
Big stacks there.
You're just outside.
As one does.
Right?
Keeping his skills sharp.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I usually polish my stack on the ferry.
Yeah.
Front of the deck.
Next time you show up, they're going to be like, sorry, sir, we can't let you on.
Just a big warning comes up when you go through the till. It's like, no, not this guy.
Stack shiner.
Stack shiner.
Yeah, Jim's out there. Probably has those like little bristly, extendable.
Yeah.
He's trying to get to the top of the stacks. It's
I'm
gonna
sure
be
you
so
had a
good.
little ladder to. We go.
Comes out of your briefcase. Beautiful.
Love it.
I imagine Butcha is probably inside. He has found a quiet kind of corner of the steamboat. He's not outside. doesn't particularly like outside. It's too risky. It's not too many variables. It's not controlled. He finds a area, little sitting spot, nobody around, and takes out a bunch of his vials, which is irritating him because the ship's moving too much and they're kind of clinking together. And he's like, fuck. But he's carefully portioning out. The only poison that he has is a very strong poison, and if he were to give it to someone, it would kill them. And the only way that he's been successfully able to drug people enough to like essentially knock them out, but not fatally knock them out, is to carefully distribute it across like a cheap rye that he usually buys for himself for consumption, but he cuts that with the poison. So he's using this ride as like the opportunity to sort of like strategically fill some of these vials while he has time.
Dana is sitting probably somewhere nearish by, and she's reading some big, boring book, but she's fanning herself really hard because inside is like a smaller book that's something smutty from the late 1800s, something Marquis de Sade or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, this is encyclopedia." Yeah, so
Awesome.
Fantastic. And what's Sasha up to?
Sasha's going to be, is it the front? Is it the bow or the stern?
The bow, I believe.
The bow?
Yeah.
She's going to be at the bow, and she's going to be sitting like right on the ledge, like crosswise. So one leg is on, one leg is off.
Never
and,
let go, Jack.
And she's going to be freely sipping one of the rye bottles that she stole from Butcha.
Of
Oh,
course.
son of a bitch. He would keep an inventory too. He's like, where did that one go? I know that got.
And yeah, just looking at the horizon, and she's going to have her pet dog.
Great.
She has like a scruffy little mutt dog.
What's the mutt dog's name?
Dog.
Dog. Is it D-O-G or D-A-W-G?
That's what I was gonna
It's D-O-G.
the dog also has amnesia and also is looking for its name.
The dog is the one who found her.
Oh wow! Mentally, he's calling himself Sasha.
Right?
Or Chelsea.
Right. It's definitely Chelsea. God damn it.
Lovely. Yeah, so the four of you are, cleaning chimney stacks, drinking stolen rye, reading smut, working on your poisons.
It's average day.
Yeah, pretty typical Tuesday for everybody as you make your way on this journey. Has Butcha noticed the missing rye?
Oh, he absolutely has. Yeah. As soon as he opened up his briefcase, he would have noted it down in like his little like leather bound inventory list where he keeps a track of like cost of everything, but he doesn't know who took it. He like immediately he would know that something's missing.
And now with Butch's proclivities for needing to open people, is this sort of cyclical? Does it sort of like wax and wane, or is it more like circumstantial?
It's more circumstantial. It's a vibe. Like people he knows and trusts. Like for example, Dana, he would never consider, right? Not in the current circumstance anyway. But if someone rubs him the wrong way, or were to steal from him, or
Butcher the Ripper. All right,
yeah. Circumstantial.
Yeah, gotcha. Love it. All right. And so nobody has run afoul of Butcher in this journey over the last 3 days? Not yet?
No.
I feel like maybe Butcha was a little bit busy in like 1866 Whitechapel, London.
His young days.
Yeah, exactly. Escaped mysteriously. Yeah. Great. So it would probably be Sasha. You would notice first the smell of fish on the wind as the cannery from Alert Bay comes into view and the wind just really wafts in. It's a little nauseating at first. It's got a very pungent low tide view, but you make your way up to the docks on Alert Bay. It's a small town, pretty much the end of the line as far as settlements go on Vancouver Island at this time. It's where people go to start anew, get out to the furthest frontier, as it were.
Okay.
The cannery's the biggest draw. They're sort of a small ramshackle town, but it's definitely an industry town. You see the cannery right on the docks. There's a boardwalk, people sort of bustling around, and then the town is almost an afterthought beyond it. The sort of whistle goes up on the steamship, and boop, probably scares the crap out of Jim.
Oh my God. I've never had a chimney do that before.
He rubbed it the right way.
And the gangplank descends. So you find yourselves on these docks. People are walking around. There are sailors getting ready, perhaps to go out to secondary voyages. There's the cannery there that's bustling, and the town just beyond it. You know that you need to, and you see across the bay the Nimkish River, which is where you know that you need to get up to get to the mine and take a look around. But what do you do when you land?
First thing Sasha does is she drains the last little bit of rye that she's been like nursing for 3 days and just tosses the bottle overboard.
Yeah, very understandable in the 1800s. Like, yeah, you see a bunch of other bottles down there. That's how people get rid of stuff.
Exactly.
Current will take it away, no problem.
Yeah. And then she's going to whistle for Dog. And Dog's going to come scampering with his little nails scratching the deck. And they're just going to wait at the gangplank or whatnot for the rest of her pals.
Yeah. Dog immediately starts rolling in something.
Classic
Like
Dog.
in the seaweed is like that goop or something.
Absolutely. Just having the best time.
Butcha will start to pack up his stuff slowly. He always shakes his head when people on the ferry like quickly rush to the door to be the first in line. And he's like, you're going to be sitting there for like 30 minutes. Like you got lots of time. And he looks around for a stewardess or something like that and waves them over and wants to ask, is there someone that he can talk to?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll say that there's sort of a deckhand who's around helping tie off the ship and looks to be loitering a little bit. So
nice. Yeah, he's like, it's warm in here, so he's kind of a bigger guy as it is, but he's sweating more than usual. His comb over sort of like kind of stuck to the side of his head, and he waves the guy over, and he's like, "Oi, I don't suppose you would have seen someone come poke around my here bags, have you? Who popped into the loo, and I couldn't help but notice there was something missing, and just trying to find out who might have been."
Oh, sorry to hear that, sir, but I think that they're one of your compatriots, people that you showed up with. Sort of saw them sitting around, clearly just, I thought that they were helping to stow your equipment. It seemed to be valuable breakable. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It just seemed, the small one that had the smelly mutt.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's convenient of her. Excellent to know. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, anytime. Are you okay?
Yes, well, I mean, you could use a bit of a window opening in here, I suppose, but other than that, I think I will be just fine.
Okay, well, hopefully you enjoyed your travels with us.
Well, you almost knocked over my bottles more than a handful of times, but I made it here in one piece, so I suppose it was a successful voyage.
And the crewman just walks away with a bit of a puzzled look like, great.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
I'm quickly regretting stealing my bottle. Such a casual little throwaway line, and now you're like, oh shit, that button, no. I'm gonna have Dana has been very carefully listening to this. I feel like a large portion of her life is like keeping one ear out for Butch's like constantly changing moods, and so she's gonna come over and she's gonna try and she's gonna do like the distraction thing where she goes, oh golly, it's so nice to be on holiday. I mean, when was the last time we got away? Isn't it so great?
What are you on about again? We're not on vacation, are we?
No, I know, but it's sort of one of those things where it's just like, well, wouldn't you just make the best of it while we're here, And of course, we've got to deal with the Vaesen, but just smell that fishy air. It's a bit something different from home, isn't it? It's just good time.
Oh, we shall make use of our time here. I guarantee that.
Gosh, sometimes you just say these things and they're so ominous. Anyway, let's go, shall we? I'll grab your bags. You just mind you. I've got you. You've got you. We've all got you. Excellent. Let's go.
All right. I'll catch up. It's a long walk.
Oh, well, do you want me to? Maybe I'll stay back.
No, you don't touch my stuff. I will
Okay.
meet you down there.
Excellent. I just, it sort of stresses me out because it's like, do people not understand that, you should get off the ferry as quickly as possible? Everyone lined up at the door all at once so we can just all get off,
Yes.
All right, I'll see you up there.
Chim, one of the deckhands comes up and they've got a long pole brush with them. And they're getting ready to go up and clean the stacks, and they have you?
Oh, they're all clean.
What?
Yeah.
Well, but I was
No.
Oh, that's
I got hired to do
that-
this.
oh, that's-
I talked to the captain. He said,
Wow, you did
come on by and clean the stacks.
this is a really good job.
I know, Jiminy.
Is that boar's hair on your brushes?
Boar's hair. Well, yeah.
Well, that doesn't come cheap. Wow, you must be an expert in this.
Well, I do it all the time.
I feel like I could eat. Oh man, I guess I get to take the afternoon off.
You can take as many times as we want. It's going to stay clean for a while. I kind of get a little polish on there, and it just stay pretty good.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's nice. I could see my reflection in this. Wow, good job.
Get your head really close to it. You can really see how your nose bends
Oh,
around
wow.
the corners.
Oh, I feel like I might be I might be losing my balance here.
That's all right.
They admire your handiwork, and you feel a little chuffed, I imagine.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And so he would just collect his gear. He'd collect his gear. He's a little upset that he couldn't his ladder only went so high, and so it there's an inch, just like a little bit of the top there that he just couldn't get to. Chances are their brushes couldn't get to it either.
Yeah.
Right. But
that's deep grime. It's almost built up a little bit.
Yeah. So he's just he's kind of looking at it it's just okay. Wow. And so he just packs up his stuff and away he goes. He meets his compadres on the dock.
Great, yeah. You're all on the dock. Most folks don't seem to be paying you too much mind. There's not that many other passengers on the steamship. It's quite a bustling community. It's probably late morning at this point. There's sort of a few deckhands around the cannery and then the town proper. So it's up to you. How about you want to go to look for passage up the river?
So I'm assuming we're all probably together now at this point. You guys probably have to wait for Butcher to get down the gangplank, but he'd probably be the last one off. Well, did anybody find anything? How are we supposed to... Where are we staying for the night?
Oh, are you wanting to stay here? Because I was thinking maybe we could just head off right away. And I know they said up the river, but maybe we could just use our feet.
Well, we've been traveling for at least 3 days. A nice shower might be nice. They were missing that on the boat, weren't they?
Yeah, but you still smell pretty good, Butcha. Yeah. Look at you.
Yeah, great. Well, fine. We better find ourselves a ride then, eh? Then I ain't walking. There's no way my poor knees will just... These things will give out right from under me, won't they? You'll have to carry me down the river like a dead mule.
I mean, gosh, that's an idea too, because we could just sort of use you as like a little canoe.
I love her, just everything's a positive spin.
It's like Mary Poppins.
Yeehaw!
No.
Alrighty then, shall we go get ourselves, I suppose another ship?
Well, I don't know. Chim, you're good with the sails and stuff. Why don't you see if you can source us a boat or something? There's nothing around here for us to clean, now is there?
No, there's lots of chimneys in this place, which is kind of nice. But are you talking about sails as in hey, I'm Jim Jiminy, and then make a sail that way, or are you talking about on a boat where there's sails?
No, not the sails, not the other sails, the one that you can talk to the people.
Oh, I can definitely talk to the people.
Get us a ride, so I don't need to be the dead mule that Dana rides down the river.
You would never be a dead mule. Look at you.
Clydesdale at best.
Yeah, but those are strapping horses.
Yeah.
Good-looking horses. Look at the knees on that thing.
Sweaty, overweight horses is what they is, ain't they?
You know, some people like that.
I certainly do.
Yeah, right?
He's just like standing there frumped over, holding his briefcase, like.
Anyway, should we just go? I don't know, just chat with someone, and she's just gonna walk up to the first person she
Perfect.
sees.
Yeah. You see a group of mariner types on the decks or on the boardwalk. They sort of turn to you. Yeah, can I help you?
Oh, hello, darling. Okay, so
Darling, what a charmer you are.
oh, you know me. Well, you don't actually. So I'm looking to get up to the coal mine actually, and I was just wondering, sort of, what would that look like for, just me and some friends.
Well, I would suspect that you would want to be talking to True Johansson. Typically does the cargo runs up to the mine.
Drew, you said?
True.
Oh, that sounds like a truly good time.
Ah, think of Chim Chimney. True.
So funny you should say that. Okay, perfect. And what did you say I might find?
You find him at the pub.
At the pub. Oh,
Yep.
Jolly good time.
Yeah,
okay.
the crusty oyster. You can't miss it.
Oh, I mean, that sounds quite delightful. Okay, fantastic. Well, we'll be headed that way then. Thank you so much,
Oh,
darlings.
yeah, no problem. Well, welcome. Have fun.
We're off for a drink.
While you're chatting with them, Butcher's gonna walk up to Sasha and like just slowly shuffle his feet over to, not breaking eye contact, but taking his sweet time, and stands like really close, like unnervingly close to your face. He says, well. How was my rye that you took from my bag?
You're right. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I was hoping that you would speak some lies to my face. I can smell it on your breath.
Oh, it must be yours reverberating off of mine.
How dare you? You know I can't travel without drinking.
Exactly. So that's what you're smelling.
Can I make a roll to like see if she's lying or if I smell it or not? I don't know what to roll.
Yeah, give me we're going to say this is an observation check.
Oh, actually, I'm pretty good at that. So observation
and-
and empathy, 4 and 6.
And Sasha, we'll give you an opposed manipulation check.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for 6s as
Sixes.
successes, right?
Correct.
None.
No, 0 successes.
I got a lot of 5s. You have 8?
Yup. 1-6.
1 success.
Damn it.
Yeah, you're fairly convinced that you're just a little drunk and Sasha might be onto something.
He puts his mouth, you know, where you like cup your hand over your mouth and like, he's like, all right. If I see you going through my bag one more time without my permission, though. He turns around and starts walking away.
Sorry, have you seen me go through it the first time?
Well, the young gentleman on the boat told me it was you poking around in there, wasn't it? The young lass that's with our group. I don't think Dana meets that description, does she?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Dana.
She's still talking to Swedish people.
Damn it.
You're on your own.
I would say with that successful manipulation check, Sasha might be able to pivot it to maybe that the deckhand was perhaps covering their own trail.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. You were talking to which deckhand? Because the one that I think you were referring to, I think I saw him tiptoeing around your cabin earlier while I was walking by with dog.
Did you now? That one with a goatee, that's the one I was talking to.
The blonde hair.
Yeah. I see. He's looking around like back towards the gangplank. Opens up his little like leather notebook and like writes down a description of the individual.
To kill.
Yeah.
Sasha walks off towards Dana and she's like whistling, hands in her pockets.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah.
Love it. You make your way into the town proper. It's fairly ramshackle. There's nothing is paved. It's all dirt roads. Fairly muddy, although it is sort of late spring, early summer, so it's humid as well as smelling of cannery fish. It's not hard to find the Krusty Oyster. It's right on the main strip, and it is by and far the most popular establishment in this entire place. It's sort of a bit of a lean-to. It's built out of an old ship. So it's half of the ship, and it's built up with the bow up top and then bisected halfway. So there's multiple levels on it. You walk through, and it's got sort of saloon doors that are made of old iron, and they just screech as you go in. And the place is bustling, as it were. Everything is sort of refurbished and recycled old components from either shipwrecks, broken houses, just various parts everywhere. There's a number of people at sort of tables. Some of them are like giant ship wheels. And there is a barkeep, sort of a older leathery woman polishing a dirty glass with a dirty rag.
Dana is definitely picking up on Butch's weird, you know, when you've like been around someone enough that you're like, oh no. So she's just trying to distract. She goes, oh gosh, what a beautiful pub. You know, I've been wondering what all this is about. Because of, anyway, should we get ourselves a drink and then try and find Charu?
Yes, well, we might as well. Butcher walks up to the counter and slams his hands on it, but with like 4 fingers like that, and he's like, 4 fingers, wench.
Sorry, where we're from, wench is terribly polite, but I know maybe that doesn't translate very well here.
Butcher, what's your resources value?
It was 5 to 6 or something. I wrote middle class, but I know I was supposed to be the one below than that. You said so.
But you got at least 5.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So mark sort of 2 off of that, and you can outright just buy this whiskey.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Would it be considered a cheap whiskey at 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if not, he would have it back.
I should say it would be 1 if you're just buying for yourself.
Oh.
So it depends on how much. You want a full bottle, or you just want a glass?
Oh yeah, I meant like a 4-finger glass.
4-finger glass.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
we'll go with
yeah.
1 resource then.
Okay, 1
for
resource.
for 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the way that purchasing things works is that you can outright buy stuff with. I think resources have a certain sort of credit score. We're not going to get too far into it. During the adventure, I think what we'll end up doing, instead of avoiding having everyone just do shopping and preparing, I'm stealing this from the Lost Mountain Saga by Anne Richmond, where if at any point there's sort of a simple item on the adventure that you wish you had, then we can roll for it.
Nice. Cool.
In the adventure, and everyone gets 1 of those. So if you're like, man, I could really go for some rope right now, and you don't have it in your inventory, you can either roll for it, or if you have enough resources to outright buy it, then you just have it.
Cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you're able to get your 4 fingers of whiskey.
Nice.
The glass is polished, and this woman just hands it to you and just spits in the glass.
My kind of woman. Takes it from the bar and like waddles over to like the closest bench.
Wordless. But a little smirk on her. As you take it, it's like, nice.
He like pushes back his sweaty comb over a bit. It just like slides back his head a little bit more. He goes and sits down.
What's everyone else up to?
Sorry, love. I was just looking for a Charu.
Ah, yes, dearie. Charu's gonna be up on the 2nd floor up by the patio.
Oh, marvelous. Thank you so
just
much.
Having his pre-trip whiskey.
Oh, excellent. And do you happen to have a cuppa?
Of a cuppa of
Tea.
coffee?
Tea.
Ah, tea. Yeah, we got some leaves that are stewing.
You know what? We'll just leave it. Thank you so much.
Anyone else? Just join along?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Don't need a luger.
There's a fireplace in here that looks very sooty.
It looks sooty? Oh, he'd be polishing that thing.
Sasha's like zigzagging through the crowd looking for easy pockets to pick.
Sure, give me an observation check, please. Actually, we'll call this stealth. Sorry. I think if you're actively trying to do a little pickpocketing.
Dang. All threes,
All threes.
Wow.
right?
We have both found your system and not found it. As Sasha is going through, you see that there is a group of dock workers, and they're all sort of around this sort of ship steering wheel table playing a card game, but they seem to be quite focused on it at first. And you see in the back pocket of one of these sailors, there's a billfold. You go to pull this billfold out, and a hand grabs from behind and turns around and makes eye contact with you. What do you think you're up to?
Oh, just making sure that you still have the same amount of coins that you came in with. I saw someone coming in, sticky fingers, just,
Roll me an observation roll, please.
Six.
You see the hand that they've grabbed from you has an ace up it as they've been playing cards.
So she deftly grabs it between two fingers and she's like, speaking of sticky fingers.
What? I don't
She
know.
tosses it on the table.
I don't know where that. Wait a second, Stan! You've been cheating this whole time. Boom! The whole place erupts into chaos.
Brittany's playing.
I feel like Butcher would be sitting there sipping, not surprised in the least. He's just like,
I think someone goes screaming across the table. Butcher just lifts their whiskey glass as the table goes away from underneath of it.
She slips out with the billfold, and Dog is just behind her.
Perfect. We'll just say that you can add one sort of resource to your one credit. Jim, someone gets shoved right into the chimney, and soot goes flying everywhere, undoing your work.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing?
I'm just fighting here.
I'll get back at it. You're messing up the place. Get out of here. Go fight somewhere else.
Those boars hair? That's really nice.
He just pushes them away with the broom.
in the face.
Absolutely. So chaos has erupted. Dana, you hear a commotion downstairs, but you go up and you see this sort of a fellow in his late 40s, big old mutton chop, sailor's cap, just sitting by the window having a pint of whiskey.
Pint of whiskey.
Nice leader.
just sitting there and looking at the street, and then kind of looking down at the chaos below and just having a little chuckle. And you could guess this to be True.
Oh, hello, darling. Do you happen to be True?
That's my name.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so me and my friends down there, that one over there cleaning the chimney, that one slipping out with stuff that doesn't belong to her, and that one drinking. Anyway, we're trying to get up the river to the coal mine. I was just sort of wondering, I've heard you might be the person to get us up there.
Yeah, up to the coal mine, yeah.
Yeah, that would be lovely. We've heard it's a hauntingly good time.
Oh, well, sure, it's a bit of a hot mess, but I'm just once I finish up my drink here, I'm going to be heading right out.
Oh, marvelous. Okay, wonderful. Where should we meet you?
Sure. Can you pay me?
Question. Are we provided with stuff from the society, or is it coming out of my moolah?
So all of your resources sort of represent the money that you have. So it's not like you got the tickets to get here, and then how you get up is sort of your own means.
Absolutely. How many resources would it be to get up the river?
This will be a quick rules check for me. So the resources value have a certain credits associated with it. If somebody can grab the book or just look up resources on the PDF.
No, you go.
It's a
do
race.
Too. We'll do it.
Oh no. Okay. Well, you got
Yeah.
you could just search in page
Oh, I know, but sometimes it jumps to bad spots. I'll try resources.
to bad spots. It just opens a different
Financial
tab.
resources you have or disposal on the personality. No, see, it
It'd
didn't
be
take
like
me to the right
early
place.
character creation.
Actually, maybe what I'll do to make it easier is I'll just pause.
Hey, we're back. We did a little rules check and had a little snack while we were at it, but we are good to go, and we know all about currency.
Yay. Resources.
Resources and credits.
Fantastic.
All right.
So Dana is going to before she does any negotiating, she's going to go to the railing and yell down. Actually, she's going to try and angle herself so she's like right above Butcha, and she's going to go, Butcha, doctor, doing like the try not to interrupt but interrupting. She goes, oh gosh, you should absolutely come up here. Honestly, I think we need your negotiating skills and your, and then she's going to do like the money symbol.
Nice. He probably would have been close to finish his whiskey already. Kind of looks up as much as he can. Just kind of strains his neck. He kind of does like the side, like
just like the full Batman. Like,
yeah. He's like, puts his drink down, gives her a nod, and stands up and slowly starts making his way upstairs.
Avoiding sort of glasses and bodies that are now just
the bar fight.
The bar fight is still very much on. Butcher sort of creaks his way up the steps and is there to meet Chiru.
Butcher looks at him and sits down out of breath and looks at him. He's like, Had to choose a second floor, did you?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that's good. That's real good.
it's good. It keeps you limber. Yeah.
I don't need to be any more limber than I already am.
Do you need a minute? You look.
Yeah, I could actually. Yeah, he reaches across and takes a swig of his whiskey and puts it back. Oh, thank you. It was nice of you to offer.
Well, that wasn't really an offer, but that's fine.
So, my associate here, Dana, tells me you are
looking for passage. You're taking a really long time. Yeah. And Dana, if you want to roll me a manipulation roll.
Okay, so
can I assist in some way?
Yeah, so
I
she's
have
going to get a +2.
Oh,
With your sort of presence and money.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So
Excellent.
2 for manipulation, +2, and then also plus
Yes, a plus
empathy?
empathy, correct.
so plus another 4.
Yeah.
Holy cheese.
Sweet. And now gets the point where you have so many dice and you get disappointed.
What did I need?
A 6.
None.
0
Oh my
successes.
god. Wow.
So this is one of those moments where something might come back a little later. But Chiru's gonna sort of, do you have anything perhaps on your persons, or can you help with running the boat, perhaps?
Oh, I'm jolly good time at making tea. We have a chimney sweep. Do you need any things?
It is a
cleaned?
steamship, correct? Yeah.
Oh, he loves that.
My flue could definitely use a good scouring.
Just to clarify, we are talking chimneys, aren't we? You know what? It's fine.
Of course. What else would it mean?
Nothing. It is boar's hair, I think.
It sounds harsh and abrasive.
See, you did it again. And we've got a young lass with us, and she loves to be given lots of hard work.
Was that the young lass that you were pointing out that stole that man's billfold and started the bar fight?
Yes, I'm thinking sort of like maybe if you work her really, really hard, she won't have time to steal from you.
You see, now you're saying it. Work her really hard.
What are you saying?
What are you saying? I'm very confused.
I think we're on the same page.
I'm leaving in an hour. You can be at the docks. Sounds good?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Great. All right. Down on the main floor in the chaos, can both Chiru and Sasha give me observation rules, please?
Chim?
Chim. Yes. I shouldn't have changed the name just for that.
Because there's no, in my observation, there's no, so I don't know how many dice to use.
So do you have an empathy score up top?
Ooh, I do.
So you can add that many dice
To what?
to the roll for observation. Got 6.
Okay, so it says empathy 2. So
So you
can
roll
just
2 dice.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a 3 and a 4.
All right, no sicknesses. You're just too hard at work at your job, trying to undo all the mess from that fellow that fell into the fireplace, but you're making some really good progress.
Perfect.
Nice. Sasha, you notice a couple of fellows right in the thick of it. But unlike most of the seafaring types, these blokes look to be like miners. So they might be attached and might have some information as to what's going on.
Are they like in the middle of
They're in the middle. They are having a really good time
Okay.
getting into the thick of it.
Sasha's on the side by the wall, and she's just like crossing her legs and leaning against the wall, very like smug that she caused this chaos. And she's going to just keep an eye on them until everything dies down or they leave.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I think after a while, is Dog with you?
oh yeah.
Yeah. I think after a while, everything sort of starts to simmer down a bit. One of them sort of walks up, sort of past you on their way to the bar, big black eye, like have a tooth in their hand, and they're kind of like putting it back in. It's like, oh, that doesn't feel good. Oh, puppy! Just like goes down and just starts like giving Dog some scritches.
Oh, puppy or dog. Dog is like full on rolls over on the back.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? And this like absolutely just like disheveled miner just looks at me. He's like, oh, what's their name?
The dogs or
Yeah, the dogs.
dog.
Yeah, the dog.
Dog. That's his name.
Oh, sure, sounds good.
I didn't pick it.
Oh, thanks for the scritches, I guess. All right, you around here? I haven't seen you about before.
No, actually, we just landed. We were sent to take a peek around the coal mine.
Oh, why?
I don't know, just to like get the vibe.
I mean, I don't know. Between you and me, you don't want to go up there.
Why?
There's something up there.
Like something?
Something unnatural.
When did that start?
Right after... I need a drink for this.
She like grabs one from behind.
He's like, all right, and just shrugs shoulders like, all right. It sort of gets a table up from the ground and a couple chairs, and he waves you down. It's like I know, as folk that work in the bush, there's a lot of stories of sort of logger tales and, jackalopes and giant beavers. With fur that you'll get lost in for days.
That boar's hair?
Dana's fanning herself and doesn't know why.
She's just in the hallway. Writing it all down.
He's like, but it was last week we found a new seam, but it led under the lake by Lake Huron. And we we needed to get under there, so we blasted the lake. And I think we uncovered something. There were some caves down there, and we just got a bad feeling when we left there, and sort of we finished up for the night. And the first night, the camp dog went missing. We didn't think much about it. It's the woods. They sort of go running off all the time. But then people started going missing, and we started hearing things in the woods, always out of sight, and always just seeing some weird stuff.
What kind of things?
Sort of people that we once knew, strange fogs, mists, always came sort of in the evening. We kind of went out to investigate. Camp foreman went out into the caves and didn't come back, and that's when we had enough.
Was he the only like actual disappearance from the cave?
No, we had a few folks. We found their bodies. We buried them up there, and then we shipped out. There's a skeleton crew that stuck around. They didn't believe in these sort of things, but a bunch of us hightailed it out of there.
Oh, Doc's gonna love this. Friend that I traveled with.
Oh, got a bunch of friends with you?
Yeah,
Oh, great.
couple.
They like to drink?
She looks up, sees the look on Butch's face. No, not so much.
All right. Well, if you need anything, we're just over at the other table.
Quick question about the bodies.
Yeah.
Was there anything like weird about them?
They look to be ripped apart by an animal and partially consumed? No, absolutely nothing.
As he nods his head furiously. Whoa, like big animal?
I don't know. It could have been a bear or something, but the fact that you get bear attacks, but they'll go away after one of them. They've had their meal, but this just kept happening night after night, and the visions and the nightmares.
Where could one find a map to this specific spot?
There was an archaeologist that was up there in the camp. He had been taking a bunch of notes. That would be about it. You can't miss the mine site, though. We were bringing equipment up there back and forth. If you're going to the camp, which I do not suggest you do, but you'll be able to find it pretty easily.
And the archaeologist, did he make it out?
He's still up there. He was real excited about those caves.
And what was his name?
His name was Basil.
Yes. Perfect. Drinks on me. And she smacks his shoulder and...
Thank you very much. And he goes back to his friends, and they just start spending all their money.
All right, she tries to catch Butcha, Dana, and Chim's gaze and just nods towards the door.
It would seem like we have been summoned to go.
Oh, I thought maybe
Something's
she had a bit of a neck twitch.
No, the little pipsqueak uses that all the time with me. We're down at the pub or something. It means it's time for us to leave.
Okay. See you at the boat ship.
In an
ship
hour.
boat.
Yep.
Yes.
Sounds good. Bring your friend.
Which ship boat?
It's the one that I will be at.
Perfect. All right. Jolly good time. Bye.
Are we go? I'm not done here yet. We're still polishing.
Oh, Jim, you can... We'll be back.
Just
We'll be
covered in
back.
soot. Just head to toe.
All right. Well, okay.
Jimmy,
Yep.
I know you.
Yo.
Oh, come on. We'll be back. We're going to have a drink.
Chim, can you roll me inspiration +2, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where do I see inspiration?
It'll be 2 or 3 up from the bottom of your skills. That word soup made sense.
Yep.
Great.
I have a 3, a 5, and a 1.
You did. You're right. You left a little early. It's not your finest work. You really want to come back here and get the job done.
Yeah,
right.
he's itching to get back. And I think just kind of he's cleaned the front right where you put the logs in.
Yeah.
And it's that's all nice and clean, but the rest
But
of
it is an
still-
absolute death trap of soot up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Is there anything else you want to do while you're here? You got sort of an hour to kill. It's not a whole lot of time.
Well, I scrape the glass on the front. If we can get that part off, it's all the corrosion up the front. It's just all we can get that done. And the hinges on this thing is squeak.
Jimmy, if you want to do that, you go right ahead.
Okay, thanks.
I'll be here. It seems that we need to be going though. If I'm reading our
in
friend
an
Sasha,
hour.
in an hour.
Right, so I was the hurry there.
Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna go talk to the old bag of bones up at the bar then, ain't I?
I'll go with you.
No.
Are you sure?
Last time we did that, you remember what happened. It got a little awkward. I'm not sure I'm ready for that again.
Awkward how? I mean, I
did have a few drinks, and we talked to that one lass, and then one thing led to the next, and
I just wanted to be part of it.
I
You
know,
just
but
left me out of the whole scenario.
The
I
broom
wasn't.
sweeping thing, it was a little, awkward and a little pokey, isn't it?
Well, it's boar's hair.
Oh, that was supposed to be softer.
No, bristly. That's how you get things clean.
I'm still trying to get the sheets clean, to be honest.
Sheets.
There's a random bar patron behind you, just like listening in, just so confused.
Fine. You come with me then, eh?
Yeah,
All
for
right.
sure.
But no talk of the boars.
No. We'll just keep that between us.
Yes. And Butcher takes his hand and wipes takes his handkerchief out and pads the sweat off of his head that's been beading off of it, and walks up to the counter where he met the lady earlier for a drink, and puts the empty drink down. He says, that was a delicious whiskey. I can't thank you enough.
Plenty more where that came from.
You are a fantastic-looking woman, aren't you?
Ain't you just a charmer? I believe it was a fantastic-looking wench, was the verbiage that you used.
I still stand by my words. They were, there's very few women that I would give such a title to.
I am absolutely flattered.
He's trying to get a read on her because he's like, her voice and leathery skin's just throwing him off. And like Butcher now has had like whiskey on the boat, a 4-finger whiskey here, and some of dude's whiskey upstairs. And like, he's a big boy, but I mean, that's a lot of whiskey.
Absolutely.
He's kind of like, maybe doing like the little like slow back and forth, like,
little like hover. But yeah. What specifically are you trying? Are you just like a general read or?
Yeah. Like, is there something about her seems unnatural to him, and he's trying to determine if she is an infected host, is what it's coming down to.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
The consequences of a failed roll are so bad.
Wait, no, a successful roll. Or wait, no. Oh, yeah, I guess it can go either way.
Give me a... this is going to be a... I'm going to say this is a investigation. Yeah.
Okay. Investigation. So I've got 2 there, and logic is 5. Oh, dang.
Oh.
4, 5, 6, 7. All I need is a 6. Here we go, 6. I got 1. I got 2. 2 successes.
Ooh. With that, you can tell that there isn't anything particularly unnatural about this woman. Definitely, she's got the same like leathery hands of someone who's probably worked with her hands for most of her life. I think what you end up getting is you hit it off with her.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I guess wench isn't exactly the worst thing anybody has been told me. I got called much worse on the fishing boats back in the day.
Well, there's still time for that. And he gives her a wink. I tried to wink just now, and I blinked double, so like that's officially canon.
The double blink. Oh, you just know how to get me going.
He's like,
Jim's in the back, just kind of with his little twirling his boar's brush.
Butcher, you feel like the boar's brush up against you as Jim keeps it just between the two of you.
a little bit of pressure. Jim.
You're doing it, Butcher.
No, you're doing it. You're doing it again.
Sorry. I get excited quickly.
I'm open to it.
This is exactly what I was talking about since last time.
I'll be your wingman.
I'll tell you what.
I close up at 6 and I'm off at 7.
All right. I will give you... I don't have a cell phone. I'm not going to give you a number. I might be back here. We have some real important business to do here.
Businessman. What kind of business?
We have to go up to... And he, like, turns around wherever Dana is and, like, barks across the bar, like, Dana!
Yes, Doctor.
Oh, darling, please come here. I was just trying to get your attention.
Yes.
We are here for, I wasn't listening very much. I often, I get distracted.
Are we
Hard with all...
Are we feeling distracted right now?
No. This
No, okay.
lovely lady, I never got your name.
Abigail.
Abigail.
It's the way you say it.
Abigail and I here were just having a conversation, and we got talking about why we was up here for a bit of business, huh? And I figured what better to give our friend Abigail a rundown on said business is... I almost said Chelsea.
All the characters of Chelsea.
Dana. She's better at listening than I am. I'll let her do the talking as to why we're here. Maybe you can help us out.
What do you need to know?
Oh, jolly good. Yes, well, so we've been asked to come up with sort of like problem solvers, I guess. So we're going up to look at some rumors, I guess, up at the old coal mine. And just sort of wondering, have you heard anything? Or a fine woman wench such as yourself might have heard all sorts of rumors.
Here y'all go using that word again.
Sorry, I just thought I'd give it a try.
How did it feel?
It didn't quite. Anyway.
Go with your gut.
It's working for me. He takes another drink.
She fills it back up. The fellas came in from the mine a couple days back, and they were a little shook up, saying there's something in the woods. A few of the boys didn't come back. But if I'm being honest, folks around here aren't too big of fans of the mine. After they blew up that lake, it flooded the river and caused all kinds of havoc. Half of the trees are submerged. There was an old rail line that went up to the mine that is now sort of part of it's collapsed as it got washed away. It's not a good scene up there.
Gosh, that sounds awful. Have there been like disappearances or anything?
Other than the boys that were disappeared on after the lake flooded. No, not really since then. We haven't really heard any word from the mine since they came back.
Any folks that you know?
You get to know people that come in and out, but no one particularly close. Personal like.
What about your boat driver? Trustworthy young man, is he?
Oh yeah, Charu is he's been doing it for years. He's when he's off the whiskey, he's a steady hand.
Oh, that's good to hear. The way he was drinking upstairs there. I'm sure one is probably just enough for him, though.
He's going out today?
No.
He
looks over at Dana.
In about 40 minutes.
You're going with him?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. Cool. All right.
Yo, Chim. Why did I say yo?
Because I just went with cool.
Chim. I don't know how I feel about this.
Room?
No, yeah, I feel the broom. I know how I feel about the broom. It's the boat driver. I'm not sure about. He wants you to sweep his chimney. I need you while you're working on the chimney. I need you to keep an eye on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like last time.
No, this is totally different.
Oh, okay.
It's not that. It's chimney sweeping.
Right. he winks at him.
Both eyes.
You just see little clouds of dust come off his so it's just poof, poof. I got it, a little sweeping of the chimney.
Yeah. All right.
That's my job.
All right, Allison. We're gonna...
What did you just call me?
Oh, God.
It was Allison, you said to me. And he's starting to do like the full sway. He's got like the glossed over eyes.
She just like takes the glass away from you.
No.
It was Abigail, dear.
That's what I said.
That's what he said.
I think you got a boat to catch.
Sasha's on the other side of the window pane, just like boom, boom, boom.
All right. Stands up, puts his meat cleaver on his the hook on his side, and fumbles out. He's like kind of staggering a bit. Dana, I need you. Dana.
Oh, over here.
Oh, good. Yes, fine.
She just slings his arm over her shoulders.
You guys head out of the tavern, and just as you're going, Butcher, a man, sort of walks into you, who's entering in, blonde hair, goatee.
Oh no! Do I recognize him?
Absolutely. Oh, sorry. Hey, it's you. Did you ever get your rye back?
Oh, well, look who we have here. Yeah. He drops his bag and he looks at him. And, like, Butcher's not, like, he's not a very physical guy. And, he knows he can't fight. So he's like, I thought you told me that she was poking around in my bag. And she tells me maybe it was you. And he's, like, swaying, like, kind of leaning into him a little bit.
This guy, like, looks up to, like, Dana, Sasha, and Chim, just like, you're gonna deal with
just 1 second left.
Why don't we just sit down for a drink? We can talk about it. I'll go get the drinks. You, the group of you, just grab any table you want. I'll be right back.
Oh gosh. Maybe can I just catch you just to the side here for 1 second left, please?
Fine, Dana. It's always right in the middle of some business.
Yes, no, I know. And I just was wondering, Love, did you maybe hear what they were saying about up at the mine, that all the bodies?
Yes,
Think
well,
of all the bodies. There's one here, but
there's one there.
But there's a bunch.
This one has some real potential, though.
This one will be on the boat on the way back, though.
Should we do like a manipulation check or something?
Absolutely. Give me a manipulation versus vigilance.
Oh, shit.
Sasha's looking and she's still outside. She's looking at Chim and she's like,
Fail.
4. Also fail.
Oh, do we re-roll?
Yeah, let's have a roll off.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 6s.
Oh.
1 6.
2 6s, beast.
Yay.
Butcher is on the path. I think he hears from the bar. It's like, Abigail, feel the spirit move in me.
I'll be right back, I promise. And he goes up to the bar and asks for like a flight of just short whiskeys.
Yeah.
And as soon as she turns around, he grabs one of his little vials and pours it into the drink and makes note of it.
Yep.
And heads back to the table and sits down, says...
Well, give me a stealth roll on that one.
Oh, God.
Please.
Oh, God.
Can he do it with like some kind of advantage? Because the moment Dana knows she's lost this, she's going to be trying to like cover...
All right, give me a plus. Or no, give me a stealth check, and we'll see if it actually gets a...
She's going to kind of like angle her body casually. Yeah. Stealth, you said?
Or, sorry, how are you...
6.
Oh, nice. How are you assisting? In what manner?
So she's going to kind of try and choose the side that has the most people like that would be able to see. And she's just kind of leaned up against the bar, just going, we do have a ship to catch pretty soon. So we'll have to make the drink quite quick, And then, so it's stealth as well.
Let's go with a manipulation. It's more of a social.
Okay.
Yeah.
As she's like leaning into the bar,
Yeah.
he's like, I'm going to need your help to carry this one to the boat once he's had his drink. He's going to be feeling a little tipsy, if you know what I mean.
Just to clarify, though, you're asking me to carry it him straight through a town in the middle of the day, straight up a gangplank onto a boat.
I'll give you a hand. The poor drunk lad's had too much to drink, hasn't he?
Okay, well, we'll have to get there before the captain gets there.
Well, we best be on our way then.
2 successes.
Great.
So 3.
Yeah, absolutely. So with those successes, you're able to slip this poor fellow.
Nice. Yeah, I imagine we just like kind of gather around, be like, shoot the shit, and he's just like, so how long you been boating for?
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Sorry for the mix-up. Here's a drink.
Yeah, you have a conversation. He's like, I'm not feeling so good. He goes out to the back alley to take a leak, and he drops out.
Perfect.
And yeah, I think between the sort of manipulation roll and the stealth, nobody really notices that he's gone.
Nice.
Chim, Sasha, why don't you go do some wandering or something like that? We just
I'm still outside.
Oh, you're still outside
I haven't come
hammering
in.
on
I
the
was like, no, I was like that, like looking in and looking at Chim, like, what's happening?
You saw the whole thing. The
Yeah.
place. You watch the guy go outside, black out, and be like, he's out there.
I'm gonna follow the guy and make sure that no one follows him through the alleyway and just lean across, being like, nothing's happening here.
All right. I can need your help. I can drag him. Chim, you want to run ahead and get one of those boats for us? Just wait and maybe get that gangplank down. We best be off pretty soon. He's looking at his watch.
Oh, sure. I can do things like that. Anything you say, Butcher. Let's get going here.
Well, we just need to get this young man to the boat. He's not looking too good.
No, it looks like he's
out cold. Yeah.
All right, Butcher and Dana, I guess we'll throw him kind of one arm over each of us.
Yeah.
We'll kind of drag him through town.
Yeah, and I'll say with the extra sort of manipulation success, you're able to carry this forward, and you're like, oh, our friend here, something like that. Yeah, and you get to the gangplank with this unconscious sailor, and Chiru's there. It's like, oh, but you said that there was 4 of you.
Oh gosh, is he not part of your crew?
No, he's wearing a uniform for the steamliner.
Oh gosh, Butcher, I knew we'd brought him to the wrong ship. Perhaps we bring him to the other ship.
Well, I should. My plan here was to have a quick look over him while we're on the boat. He had hit his head and then blacked out and threw up a little bit. I am a doctor. Probably best if I give the poor lad a review.
Roll me a manipulation check on this one, please.
Empathy, nice 4. So I get 6, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Manipulation, yeah. Come on, baby. 1-6.
1-6. All
Yeah.
right, we're gonna do. It's gonna be versus his observation. This isn't just gonna be a.
All right.
Yeah. Also got a 6.
Oh.
So it is a sort of tide where you can tell that Chiru doesn't necessarily believe you per se, but isn't has his own schedule to keep at this point to get the supplies up. So you're at. He kind of allows you to get on the boat, but is now fairly suspicious of Butcher. Mm-hmm. The boat's sort of a medium-sized steamship or tugboat. I guess it goes up. It's got a big smokestack in it. There's all sorts of cargo and crates destined for the camp up the river. And the Chim, you see that this stack is in desperate need of cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's already out there.
Chim will go right. He goes right to work, right?
Great. Can you give me we'll say this is going to be a vigilance. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
6 and a 3.
6 and a 3. You do a real good job.
You bet.
You got that. You got that success. You're in it. Yeah. Chiru's just like, I like the cut of your jib, as it were. What was your name?
Oh well, it's Chim.
Jim. Oh, that's
Yeah.
fast. That's amazing.
Chimney.
Oh, I'm Chiru.
True. What a buzz! Wow. True.
Yeah. You know what? I think you and I are going to get along splendidly.
Yeah. Do you see my boar's brush?
Look at that.
I know.
So
Stiff.
spherical.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good for cleaning.
I bet. Yeah, you can get it right up in there.
Well, down there.
Right. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
Of course. Of course. I got so excited I forgot my accent. Yeah, you all set off. This poor unnamed sailor is still unconscious. Anything that you... I have a feeling that I know what Butch is up to, so we're going to go around the table and get to Butch last.
It's a good idea.
Jim, you're there scrubbing pipes?
Scrubbing pipes.
Nice. What about Sasha and Dog?
Sasha is there like a galley or something?
There'd be like a small like shelf.
Small shelf.
Yeah. There are foodstuffs around.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's going to be going through the foodstuffs and passing each one like for an inspection to Dog, and whether or not he like sniffs it and seems like he wants it or not.
Yeah, I think Dog, the impression I've gotten of Dog is that it doesn't have particularly discerning tastes. So Dog, like first thing you put in front of their face, it's
Typical.
and it's gone before you know it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, come on, Dog. We're going to have to update Doc.
Yeah, there is a body for rifling and a bunch of crates of mystery goods.
That's the crates is what, like, she starts walking. And then you know how you lean back and, like, check out?
Give me an observation roll, please. Or investigation, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Preferred the first one. Nada.
Nada. Yeah, the crates are fairly unmarked. There's a weird symbol on one of them, but you just haven't encountered it before.
She's gonna open the weird crate symbol.
Great. Do you have?
Never mind.
They're nailed shut right now.
She has a knife. She's gonna pry it.
All right, great. Can you give me a force check? Nada. You get your knife wedged in there, but the leverage that you need, you're afraid you're going to break the knife if you keep trying. But maybe there's a crowbar somewhere on board.
Does she have like?
You could potentially use your resource to say that you've got a crowbar.
She finds a crowbar leaning against the wall behind it.
Perfect. You've got your resource done. You find a crowbar. You're easily able to pop that crate open. You see inside of it are rows of sticks of dynamite.
Oh, she grabs them.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you've got, we'll say that you can get 2 sticks sort of concealed on your person.
Okay.
Without
She
sort
gives one to Dog to carry.
Fun thing about dynamite in the 1800s. You notice that like some of it's been sitting out in the sun for a little long, and it's got this weird shimmering glisten.
Oh, she takes it away from Doc.
That's good.
Go
ahead.
sorry.
No.
She replaces the lid and makes it seem like nothing happened.
Great. Give me a stealth roll for that one. I'm making everybody roll lots.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm doing pretty good in this game.
There goes the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, this boat's sinking before we get in it.
Nothing.
You're able to get the lid on, but you just can't, like, I think you just like sort of whapping at it with the crowbar and like the nails bend.
Yep.
So it's clear that someone has been in this crate.
Okay.
Yeah. You're just gonna walk away whistling Dixie.
Yeah. I'm gonna put a crate on top of that crate.
Nice. All right. So it's a little ajar, but it's not like obvious.
Yes.
Yeah. Sounds
And I'm gonna go and find Butcha.
great. What's Dana up to? I would imagine.
Dana's with Butcha.
Yep.
But wherever he goes. And so I guess we've found a cabin or something.
Yeah, it's not a terribly large ship, but there's probably some space in between some of the crates that you're able to move a few things around. Yeah, Taru is a little busy with Chimney, or Chim, in sort of the helm, as it were, navigating up the river. And yeah, you have this unconscious sailor. He definitely seems like the poison is starting to wear off a little bit. He's not conscious, but he's moving a little more than before.
Okay. So Dana is in negotiation mode. So she's going to say, okay, Butcher, totally there for whatever is about to happen. But if eyes, just for 2 seconds. Okay, wonderful. So just wanted to mention a couple things. So one, had some really lovely conversations with this gentleman. Two, my understanding is you think he drank your alcohol, which totally possible, sailors, you know. However, my understanding is that you got that information from...
Well, Sasha.
Okay, so bearing that in mind, just keeping in mind that literally while we were at the pub, we saw her nicking stuff, and that we know she has a habit of nicking stuff, and we know that she likes to nick stuff. Do you not think perhaps it would be more possible that she nicked your stuff?
Dana, we have a beautiful host sitting right in front of us. It would be foolish for us not to take this opportunity that is so willingly in front. And he's almost like salivating right now.
She like mops him up a little bit.
Yeah, like a nurse.
No, totally hearing that. And here is my worry. You have a gift, a beautiful gift for finding hosts and cleansing them. And here's my worry. Look around us, love. Look around us. We are not very private here.
You're right.
So if we were to, say, kill or dissect this
We're
perhaps
just going to have a
host,
wee peek. A small one.
But how many of our wee peeks have ended in a heartbeat?
At least one or two didn't they?
Yeah, yes. Well, would you count vegetative states as... Yes, of course.
Yes, it's still a heartbeat.
But here's what we for sure know is that we have many bodies coming up ahead of us and many things that need dealing with. And gosh, it would be a crime if that journey ended for you right now.
Oh, you're right. If we get extracted from here, we are missing out on a larger opportunity. What about the finger?
Well,
He doesn't need all of them. He's got 10 of them. Look at those.
But you cutting off a finger... You cutting off a finger is not going to help us figure out whether or not they're a host, and you don't need that finger. You've got 10 of your own, and they're quite splendid.
At this point, Sasha rolls up.
Yeah, Sasha rolls up. She's like, "Hey, Doc."
Could you fuck off? Sorry. I mean, would you mind clicking on the kettle?
There's no electricity here.
Oh, Doc, you take this one.
Well, just get to it then. Find some.
I can't just procure it out of my ass.
I don't know. You seem to end up with a lot of things that don't belong to you, so maybe you could look around and see if there's some electricity.
No, I need to talk to the doctor.
Right. Well, you better hurry up. I'm about to open up a patient
No,
here.
I thought we just decided you weren't doing that, love.
Right, I forgot. What do you want?
She like hops onto a crate and like crosses her legs. She's like, "First,
What? You're holding out your hands. You want some...
yes, first you pay."
Oh, you have
and
some
then
information
I say,
for me.
Very much so.
Well, your last one ended with me opening up a poor old man, and he didn't have anything in him. How do I know you're right this time?
You just went after the wrong twin. Technically, I was still right.
Fine. Yeah. I give her a resource.
Sounds good. So I think those are credits. You had 2.
Yeah.
Now you're down to Bupkis.
Wait, I thought I had 5.
That's your score, but you have credits, so you can start to roll manipulation and money after this point.
Oh, okay. All right.
To start bartering.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, while I innocently was watching...
Get on with it.
Fine, you always skip the good parts. So there was this coal miner that works where we need to go. They said they exploded, blew up, destroyed the lake, right? After that happened, some weird shit started to appear. Weird fog.
In the coal mines.
Yes. Around their camp. People and dogs, sorry dog, started disappearing. Their captain went in the cave, didn't come out.
There was a captain involved, eh?
Yes. Several.
He has like his meat cleaver just like hovering over this guy's chest.
His eyes are kind of fluttering a little bit.
Several bodies
All right.
were found as well.
If we are to find an accurate and
What if I were to
a
tell?
host,
Yes.
I think it was to be out there if I'm to use my intellect the way it should be. Yes, yeah, that's what we should do, Dana. We're gonna leave this young man. He doesn't.
No, splendid idea. No,
Yes,
so glad you thought of it. Yes, excellent.
Well, it was just, I wanted to be sure. It's good that he came with, but I'm going to make the right call, I think.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yes, no, you always make the right decision.
Thank you.
Good, yes.
One more thing.
I'm out of credits.
This one's free for being a valuable customer. There was a survivor, an archaeologist. He took a lot of notes. Notes of the happenings and going-ons.
Well, it sounds like to me that we have our first point of contact, eh?
I also have his name.
Well, spit it out.
I'll tell you once we get there.
I often think it's the balding or the drinking or the late night caffeinated drugs and Valium to keep myself awake that's going to kill me, but no, it's going to be Sasha. He sits back in the crate.
Just wanting to remind you about how wonderfully sneaky Sasha can be sometimes.
Yes, well, we'll open her up one day, won't we?
And with that,
Any day now.
we're going to move over to the wheelhouse with Chim.
Setting the scene.
Chim, you finished up. You've had a pretty good time. It's
Yeah.
it's up to your standard.
I'd imagine his boots are up, like he's just gonna, got his boots up, and he's like, looking at the job that he's done, and
Chimney's chuffed.
Yeah. So he's like, that stove, that seems like my great grandfather might have made that stove.
Oh yeah, no, that one's an antique for sure. Yeah. They don't build them like that anymore.
No, not like Grandpapa could make them.
Absolutely, we get a lot of horsepower out of it.
Yeah, well,
1.5.
Yeah, 1.5 horsepower. Well, Grandpa was known for his horsepower.
That's a half more than most horses.
That's right. So yeah, Grandpapa, he used to build them and cast the iron to make them.
Fascinating.
Yeah, right. And so that's why I used the boar's brush to actually get into the parts of the casting that don't
The grooves.
the grooves of the casting. Yeah.
Have you taken up any of the casting mantle from your
Well,
grandpapa?
it kind of got a lost art.
It's true. With all of these machines and factories coming out, they're just bolting stuff together. They're not casting like they used to.
No, I would imagine it's kind of rinky-dink at this point in time.
Yeah. Tell me, how many trees do you see up ahead in the lake?
How many trees do I see?
And you look up, and the lake has been flooded, and there are trees that are still alive but coming out of the middle of it as if it's been recently flooded. And you're sort of navigating between them. But you do get the sense that Chiru, after his pint of whiskey, is sort of like weaving back.
Right. Okay.
Forth a little bit. And you see one coming dead ahead.
Oh, well, there's one right in front of us.
Oh, I thought that there was two. And everyone feels this lurch to the left as some of the sort of crates go over, and the your stowaway captive sort of like, what's going on?
Yeah, all right, yes. Oh, you okay there, young man?
Where am I? Wait. I recognize you.
You had a hard hit on your head after the drinks that we had. A little light on the whiskey. That's okay. You'll build up the tolerance. He taps him on the shoulder.
Oh, Hey, are we on the river?
I don't know. Dana, are we on the river?
Gosh, is this not your boat? Oh, I'm so sorry. We thought we got you to the right boat. Oh,
Sasha said that we were coming to the right boat. That that
Sasha.
young little one that runs around here.
Where are we going?
Coal mine.
The one the Huron Lake?
Sure. Yep, that's the one.
And he just sort of like goes over the side of the ship and just starts vomiting. Goes a little bit pale.
You might as well chum the waters while we're here, right? Oh,
Yes,
you
it'll
let
work,
it, yes,
love,
let
yeah.
it out.
Nothing a good ginger tea won't fix.
And I think at this point you all also start noticing that there are trees inside of the lake at this point. And you would notice on the far side that there is actually what looks to be a railroad, like a rail line, that's sort of adjacent to the lake. And whether or not Sasha had mentioned it before, but there was the rail line that part of it got washed out when they flooded the lake. That used to have supplies that went up.
Dana's gonna look over her shoulder to see if Sasha's looking, hoping that she's looking away, and she's gonna lean over the sailor and go, "What's the name of the archaeologist?
What archaeologist?
The one that's up here. What's the name?"
I don't know. I just got into
Well,
town.
never mind. She just head back over.
Gunk, he goes unconscious. Back in the cabin with Jim.
Tree! Look out for the tree!
Successfully navigate around it.
This is why the guy's throwing out. He's swerving.
Oh, yeah. Not the drugs.
And a couple of books sort of fall off of the shelf in this cabin. And Jim, you would sort of see a number of them. And one of them piques your eye, as you're always on the lookout for things about venison.
True, yes.
And this one is of Nordic folklore. And it seems to have all sorts of myths and mythologies within it.
Perfect. Chim is, wow, would a book like this, well, my goodness, it's venison and
Oh, you mean...
looks good.
Yeah.
Like how do you tenderize meat like that? Like
The critters and the gods in the Norse mythology, how do you tenderize those?
yeah, like just to get a good...
I'd imagine with a hammer, potentially one of that is wielded by the mighty Thor.
Fair enough.
Find a lot of that in there.
Mighty Thor?
Yeah.
Okay.
And his hammer, Mjolnir.
All right. Okay. Well, that's, if that's how we're going to tenderize venison, we're going to do it that way then.
Oh, interesting. I never thought about that application.
Well, it just makes it less chewy, right? It doesn't get stuck between your teeth. It can kind of just...
That's true.
it's a
I
little
do
more
like
malleable.
a good game meat, for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. You said game, right?
Yeah. Well, what did you mean?
No, I heard something.
Oh,
It
yeah?
was, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
game.
Game.
Yeah, game. meat.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
yeah.
game.
Yeah. You're,
I heard game. I heard game. That's,
okay.
yeah.
And he just sort of like side eyes you, like assessing.
That's all right. He winks with both eyes. That's what Butcha does.
Works really well for him.
Yeah, right?
When he goes on, he's like, yeah, the book came from my grandpapa.
Ah, Grandpapa.
Grandpapa. Yeah, there was an old Nordic settlement down here. There's a bunch of us, and yeah, it's been great. Mythologies from my culture. I like to keep it on the boat for a little light reading. Reminds me.
Do
of home.
you read?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Don't you?
Well, sometimes if I have to.
Oh, fair. These are words,
Yes, yes.
but there are also pictures in it.
Yeah. Anything stand out in this book that I should know about?
It's all very good. If you want to, keep it with you and have a bit of a read while we're around, you're absolutely.
You give it to me?
I would lend it to you.
Oh, wow. I mean, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Lend it to me? You lend it to me? What a fantastic gift.
Well, you did such a good job of scouring my pipes.
I pride myself on pipe scouring.
Oh, fantastic! You do a very good job.
I
Very
do.
proficient
I
at
like
it.
to be thorough.
Yeah. So you can add this book of mythology to your equipment and inventory.
Perfect.
So you continue on bobbing and weaving up the river. It is absolutely nauseating for anyone who has any form of motion sickness. And eventually you come to a narrowing in the river, and the boat stops and begins to idle there. And the lot of you that are in the back don't really see what's going on.
You want me to go have a quick look?
I don't know. It doesn't even look. I don't see a camp anywhere. Do you, Sasha? I thought there was supposed to be equipment or something here. Something's fishy.
I can go take a peek.
You better go take a peek real quick. But if you come back and ask me for more credits just for the information of that peek, I'm going to throw you off this boat.
We are a team.
I didn't say we weren't. I just
Charging us for the information we all need for our survival.
Well, the valuable information for cutting people open is well worth it, and something I'm happy to pay. Just to
it's
clarify.
a side business.
Wonderful.
She runs upstairs, whistles for Dog, who scampers. And she sends Dog. We've, barked, right?
Yep.
She'll send Dog a little up front.
Great. Jim, you and Charu are up and looking at a large sort of blockage in the narrowing of the river. There's sort of deadfall and debris that are blocking sort of the flow, and so the boat can't get past. Dog sort of yips up behind you and does a full lassie going around.
What is it, Dog? What's happening? Something's in the way. We got something. What's happening? Sasha fall off the boat and fell into the river. She's very opportunistic. I'm not sure why you hang out with her. Oh my God, it's just like
Sasha follows up very quickly to this.
I mean, good dog.
I love that he was having a full conversation.
It's like with Lassie. Did Billy fall in the well? So Sasha comes up and sees the blockage. She's like, Jim, you couldn't have, warned us about it?
Well, I've been polishing pipes here. You're pretty busy trying to keep the boat out of the trees with Charu.
Yeah.
Time and a place for the polishing.
Well, this is paying our passage, isn't it?
Absolutely. You guys are all a bunch of freeloaders.
See
And one
that?
of you,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure has a body with them. I don't know if you know your friend is a little suspicious.
Oh, Dana?
Is that the one with the flop sweat and the belly?
Yes.
100%. I haven't had a chance to describe Dana yet.
Well, now we shouldn't be gossiping about people when they're not here.
Oh, they're here.
Well, they're down there. But
Technically,
they're
still
not
here.
they're not here. They're not here to defend themselves.
I don't think she needs to defend herself.
Well, not here. Just saying. It's kind of
It's
rude.
an empty doorway.
It's kind of rude.
It is definitely rude to gossip about these people that are particularly dangerous and murderous in your...
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very suspicious.
Yeah.
The one.
Yeah.
The one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what's the matter with you.
With me?
Yeah, with you.
Where did
right?
this come from?
I don't know. It's just like you kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit.
Well, I'm sorry you perceive me that way. I've done nothing to warrant
Okay. All right.
Wow,
Nothing.
This is very
Nothing.
interpersonal and awkward. I'm going to leave you to it.
Oh, no, don't leave us.
Oh, no,
my God. I don't
you
want to be
sure you
stuck
want
in a
to be-
room with her.
Well, I don't particularly want to be stuck in a room here. What?
Well,
I feel
let's-
no. The boiler's making an awful racket. I should
I
go down
can
and
clean
check
a
them
boiler
again.
like
No,
nobody's
you
business.
clean so many pipes. You don't worry about it. Goodbye.
No.
Oh, you really know how to clear a room.
I know how to clear a room.
Definitely.
He's responding to you. You showed up. Him and I were having a fantastic conversation until you got here.
I'm a ball of sunshine.
You're a ball of something.
We go back to the cargo area. Charu's like, your friends are having a heated argument.
Oh gosh, has Sasha bothered Chim again?
Yeah, he definitely started poking buttons, raveling levers, that sort of thing.
She bothered him? Is that what you're saying?
I think they bothered each other. I'm not
Oh.
sure. They're yelling a lot. How's your friend here?
good. No,
he
you can
looks
see
very
right
pale.
here. Yeah, no, you can see the lump on the front of his face. He just
Oh no, your boyfriend, did he have that when he came in?
probably.
It's a medical thing that you wouldn't understand. A goose egg takes hours to fully develop.
To be honest, we'd sort of already had him up on his feet, and then the ship went left, then right, and then stopped very suddenly. He
lots-
smacked his face.
Plenty of debris. That's actually why we stopped. The river is barred at this point.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, thank God, a bar. I thought we were gonna. Thought it was a dry voyage.
Well,
where's the bar?
The up ahead, in the water with the logs and the debris, there could be whiskey in there. I don't know.
It's a swim up bar.
Little tiki hut in the middle of it. Yeah. We're gonna have to figure out a way to dislodge this.
Well, I don't know about that. I'll pull out my back. I will.
I think there might be a way on the ship. I've got some supplies, some crates. We might be able to clear this.
I can also help with I'm jolly strong, so just put me
Great.
to work.
Excellent. How's your throwing arm?
Oh, excellent.
Good. Mine is terrible.
Who are we throwing?
Dynamite at the thing.
Oh, she sounds lovely.
I could. I'll hold the steering wheel if you want. I've always wanted to drive a boat, never had the opportunity.
Fantastic. True sort of gets everyone together. It's like, all right, so we're going to, unless anyone has better ideas, perhaps throw some dynamite at the blockage.
Well, why don't we just unplug it
Sure, yeah, we can try that first.
instead of blowing it up?
Sure, yeah.
How do we do it?
Well,
Can we I don't know, can we I don't know, can we use my boar's brush to
It's not a loo.
but technically, like a river is a giant pipe for water.
Yeah. The water pipe.
If you think about it,
So all we have to do is
Touche.
just try to unlodge it.
yeah.
Well,
There's got to be one spot. You know what? When you're cleaning a chimney, here's the thing: if you hit that boar's brush right in the sweet spot, all the corrosion. Nope.
Kerosene?
No.
Charcoal.
Calcification.
Science word.
Science word with a C. Clog.
Soot.
Soot.
We were way off.
Dirt.
Bride.
If you hit it perfectly, it all just goes poof right at the same time.
got you. Now, if you're standing right on the middle of that, though, when it goes poof, would you
Oh,
not
you have to
perhaps
be well
also...
above it,
Okay, well,
not below it.
okay.
Well above it.
So is this a you and me thing or just a you thing?
Oh no, you and me would be for sure a good idea.
All right. Shall we go in there and be terribly strong?
Oh.
Sure, yeah.
While Chim was explaining, Sasha dipped out and went and took the crate off the crate, got a dynamite, and while he was saying poof, she threw it.
Great.
So much conversation happened after poof. It's a really long throw.
I mean, these things have a delayed wick, so maybe they didn't. Can Sasha give me a ranged combat roll, please?
So you're grabbing the dynamite and throwing it in there anyway?
Yep.
Amazing.
I was
Wow,
excited for
he's-
our traditional log
Yeah,
rolling.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
fine.
While he was
Chim is sitting there, like getting real, like all of the extensions for his
Of
brush
course, right?
ready.
Just
yeah.
ready to.
In the background, there's Sasha.
Which is like holding onto the steering wheel, like, I don't know if I can do this.
Nothing? Cool. So the fun thing about this is that you're able to toss it in, but the direction that the blast goes is random.
Perfect. Goes straight towards Chim's brush.
hated me before.
You huck the dynamite, but just at the last minute, Dog sort of jumps after it. And lands in the water, and you just like jump in to grab them, and it throws your trajectory for this dynamite way off.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
I'm not gonna kill dog. Yes.
I totally would have.
I just want like this one shot to be all fake outs on dog.
And now I've learned my pressure point. And the blast, the dynamite goes. And I think at this point, everyone has seen it, and everyone's eyes follow it. It clacks in, and then it explodes, and the blast is fairly well contained, but the wave of the backed up water sort of pushes the boat back. Can I have everyone give me agility checks? Sasha, it's going to be with a -1 penalty.
Fail for Butcha.
So where would I find agility?
It is
on
the
this?
top of the skills.
Okay. Oh, jeez, with a -1.
No, just for
Just for me.
for her.
Oh,
Just
just
for
No,
me.
Sasha.
Sorry, no, the skill, I've got the same skill tree. That should actually be a 1. My bad. For the one that I gave you.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
What?
He was based off of a character sheet that I gave him.
Oh.
Yep. That was for a previous session.
Nice.
Are we all rolling?
Yeah,
I heard
everybody's-
just for
yeah,
you,
so-
just for okay.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, I failed.
You failed.
I succeeded.
I
Come
failed.
on.
You failed. And how did Chim do?
Well, so I'm a little confused.
You have a 1 actually.
so just
yeah.
I roll. I do 5 dice. That's what I was wondering.
There we go.
I have 2 6s.
Two
Nice.
6s. So you could use one of those 6s and give it to either Dana or Butcha, who have failed.
I would definitely give it to Butcha.
Sorry, Dana.
No, I expected it. That's understandable.
Yeah, somehow, despite the odds, Sasha is able to just like hold on to the side of the boat. Perhaps it's the boat rocks up on the side that she was partially off, so like very Titanic moment. It rocks back and forth. Dana and Butcher, you feel yourselves getting just pushed off into the water. Chim, with all of the dexterity of a chimney sweep, just pop, 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 sweeps up and is able to hold on to Butcher's collar. But Dana, you are plunk in the water and feel yourself kind of getting pulled down the river in the current. There is a fair amount of debris in the water as well.
Important question, though.
Yes.
Did the wave deblock the dam?
It did.
Ah!
The dam is
Yay.
That's
successfully...
the debris I'm surrounded
Yeah,
by.
surrounded by.
Can fall back on that.
Dana, can you give me a agility check?
And if Shim would see that because he's right there.
Yep.
So he's feeling,
as
oh
Sasha.
my goodness, like I've got Butcha, and he also has his pole
Okay.
at the ready.
Great.
So he is going to try to.
shoot. Yeah.
He's gonna try to help in some way.
Great.
By putting his boar brush in her hands.
Is there anything else that anyone else is doing while they are on the deck to give Dana an assist? So you get +2 from Chim.
Does this boat have like the life raft ring thing?
1800s, probably not. It might have a rope.
A rope? Yeah. I don't.
I was gonna say, I think court
History.
life jackets were pretty new.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So.
Yeah.
I'm like thinking, like, okay, Titanic was
Right.
1912.
That's the same thing.
1912, they had cork life jackets,
yeah.
but those were like pretty like, whoa, these are
Yeah, like, that's
fancy.
the- you know,
So it's
that's
not
the-
going to be okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Throw me the dog.
Can I find like a debris that's on the ship and tie it to the rope to tie to her? So it's like a weighted thing instead of just like a flapping rope.
Throw a dynamite.
Yeah, but I think it's going to take some time. So we'll see
Okay, I'll do
how the initial roll goes. Is anything Butch is doing? Just having a drink and laughing?
Butcha, like, I think Butcha would want to. He's fond of Dana. Like, she saved his life, but like, he actually doesn't know what to do, and he's a little like pissed off that Jim stretched his collar when he grabbed him and stuff. It's like, do you know how much this should cost me?
Yeah, this is the second one that's happened to, right? Remember the boar's brush,
Yeah, I remember. And he's like trying to fix his collar. It's like back to Dana right now.
All right, Dana, you give me that roll with the +2 from Jim's.
I would help. I honestly don't know how he would help you right now.
I got a 6.
You got
Yay.
a
1 6.
1
Yeah.
6. So at the you're in the water, sort of orienting yourself. You see a log that's just coming right for you. You're able to sort of like duck underneath, and you're like, oh my god, something's touching my face, and then you realize it's boar's hair bristles.
Wet bristles. I'd know that anywhere.
And you're able to grab onto them and get hauled back onto the boat without suffering any conditions.
Yay.
I'll at least help with that. I know we don't need it, but I'm going to help pull
All
that
right.
pull.
Yeah, everyone's there, and you all take a moment to orient yourselves before continuing on.
Gosh, Sasha, what a throw. I have truly never met anyone who is content to such mediocrity. All right, I'm going to go dry off.
It got the job done.
Yeah, but you've put people in danger.
Again.
Danger or gave you a little bit of a thrill in your dull life?
You know what you
Nope.
did? You had my collar stretched out again, didn't you? Hey, you know how expensive these shirts are? Everything that has doctor written on them is 3 times the price.
I'll learn how to stitch. I'll give you a free one next time.
No, thank you.
Dana's got a bit of an eye twitch, and as she walks by Butcher, she's going to go, awfully dangerous behavior on her part, wouldn't you say? And then
Yes.
she's going to keep walking.
All right. Questionable behavior, isn't it?
Oh, right.
Very questionable.
I'm going to say, Chim, you're not invested in this. Can you give me an observation roll, please?
Yes. And so under observation, there's no number.
So
That's
it's
a
just
0.
going to be your empathy roll, your empathy dice up top.
Oh, just 2 of those bad boys.
Yeah.
Double 6s.
I got a 4 and a 2.
Nothing. You don't notice anything particularly out of the ordinary.
So she is very dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, the Chiru's like, oh, well, okay, that's great. Job mission accomplished. We keep going. And he heads back out to the wheelhouse, and you start puttering along. Can I have, as you go forward, what do you all do? There's still like maybe 15, 20 minutes before you get to the mine.
Dana's probably getting changed.
Okay. Where's Dana getting changed?
She's not just getting changed right there. Yeah. She's seen a lot of bodies in her life, so
Right. Yeah.
no shame. So just right on the deck.
Okay. Dana, from your vantage point, you look back to where the sailor was after a while. You realize that he's gone.
Failed his roll, did he?
Failed his role, and everyone was too busy.
Gosh. Okay. Problem for another day. She will mention this to Butcher and Chim, but not Sasha.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing is we had the opportunity to cut him open anyway then, didn't we?
Well, it sort of sounds like maybe nature just took care of it.
I can be nature, hey?
Oh, that's
know,
Sasha.
I'm not Sasha.
No, but just Sasha in general.
Oh, we talking about Sasha right now.
Yes.
She essentially caused a death. I just like to
did.
point out that's very
it for sure.
Well, and
very
worse,
suspicious.
She
my
stretched your
second
collar.
caller. I know, second
know.
one.
Also
Yeah.
very suspicious.
Suspicious as ever. And she's the one that ultimately had us bring on... Wait, you already said she killed someone. I was going to say she
But-
brought us on the sailor, and sailor died.
So what I'm hearing is she procured and murdered someone.
And tricked us.
And
She tricked us for
Tricked you.
sure. Sasha? Suspicious.
Very.
Suspicious.
Very suspicious.
Yeah, so...
I thought we were all having a moment here.
We are having a moment.
yeah.
No, we are.
Yes,
We're
we're
very happy you're here, True.
True, yeah.
Were you wanting to join our party? We might have a vacancy soon.
Do you have a character sheet?
I do, in fact, yeah. You all putter up the river a little further, and you turn the corner to the camp.
Ooh.
And in that moment, you realize
Putting down props. Oh,
Oh no. We're looking at a round stone with like a lake, and there's a
there's
bunch of
fog.
tents, but there's one's all torn up and the other one's on fire.
might be. It looks like
Yes.
smoke. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, there's smoke. Oh my gosh, and there's a machine that is also creating smoke.
the camp has been torn apart. There is debris everywhere. Some of the tents are still together, but many of them have been, torn asunder. Some of them are smoking from the oil lamps that you presume were in it. And the ship pulls up onto shore. Drew looks around. This is all wrong. And that's where we're going to end this episode.
Oh, come on. I didn't even have the outro music ready. Here we go. I got it.
Adventurers, grab your weapons. But first, kiss your kin.